Hi folks, good morning. How you doing? It's Colin Mackey here, aka the Happy Reaper. Live from the Gorbals' very own City of the Dead, the Southern Necropolis. I'm going to start a wee brief a walking tour for the surrounding areas of the cemetery. We're going to start off at our beloved gatehouse. The Southern Necropolis cemetery itself was established in 1840, and the gatehouse that you're looking at was built in 1848. And just to the right of it was where the Calais flats used to be, originally 4 of them. 4 weeks ago roughly there was other 2, the existing ones were brought down by dam masters who did a grand job of bringing them down safely, and they're doing a really good job of removing the remains of what was there. A lot of people had lives in the Calais flats. There's quite a few links on YouTube that you can find. Some interviews with people that stayed in the flats and other many drone films that were done on the day. People kind of keeping an eye on the demolition, but it went really well, as I say, and it's won't be long over the next couple of years till you see a new skyline opposite the Southern Necropolis with some new flats on it. So I'm going to take a wee wander just down to the right to Caledonia Road, or Calais Road, and then we'll pass by Caledonia Street and venture into Oatlands and have a wee wander about. Throughout the wee film I'm going to incorporate some photographs, archive photographs, some Oatlands memories and from people that have sent me and stuff in the past. So hopefully this goes alright and you'll enjoy it when you see it, the final edited version. Left hand side we're looking at the spot where St Bonaventure's Church would have been at one time, chapel. On the left, St Bonaventure's Church, and we're going to try and venture across the road safely. View of it. This is looking back down towards the west of Caledonia, and we're going up towards the roundabout, which is now known as Ritz Place. Previously, back in the day, the Ritz Picture House would have been there, and near to where the spot is would have been the Band of Hope Church. We're just crossing over to the spot of where St Bonaventure's Chapel would have been, the grassy area which is now here. The wall that runs along there would have been, where the Ducat is, would have been the original wall that ran along the side of the wee lane at the back of Bonaventure's Chapel. Over to my far over there you can see the houses straight across. That would have been, that's now known as Ritz Place. And we're looking over to the cross where the wee flats that I mentioned, the small cottage buildings that led you up towards Caledonia Street. Quite a lot of changes in the area, but there's still wee landmarks that you can gauge yourself with, which are quite handy. Over to my left here is the Oatlands Gates allotments. Great wee oasis in the middle of Oatlands if you ever get a chance to visit in there. And looking up to my right is the boulevard, which is on my right to that is the houses. It's Bosco Terrace. Further down, which would have led you right down to John Bosco Secondary back in the day, those of you who remember going there. And that's again Ritz Place across the road. There will be some editing done in this video, don't worry about it. You won't notice it when it's all joined up, hopefully. Here's a phone box and a wee gate next to it. It's an older gate that's been there for many years. This will be the second phone box you've used back in the day in Oatlands. If the one outside Giovanni's Chippy wasn't working, you would come up here. And that's the wee lane I said that would take you up. On the original on your left hand side would be the side of Bonaventure's Chapel, and that's looking down the boulevard, crossing over to Oatlands. And in the distance we're coming up to the Hutchinson Town Bowling Club, established in 1865. Just heading down, and inside to the left there is Oatlands Gates allotment. Would have originally been back in a map of, I've seen a map of 1910. It would have been it was a curling pitch, obviously used in the winter, and straight ahead is the bowling club with one of the bowling greens. Now over there again is Bosco Terrace, right away in far distance, where John Bosco Secondary School would have been. Heading straight down, we're heading down. This would have been originally Rutherglen Road. Again, folk a wee Oatlands history tour. Heading right down. To my left is Oatlands Grand Hutchinson Town Bowling Club, established in 1865. I'll be adding some photos to that as well. To my right across the road is what is known now as Fauldhouse Way. Hi folks, right, back onto my trail. Just down to we've come right across the old Pomedy Road, straight ahead. Came down for the motorway. We've got across the road past St Margaret's and came right down what would have been Pomedy Road. Right down, straight down to the path of it. Cutting through the new Oatlands Park and we're going up to where the rockery would have been. This is where the rockery, back in the old days of the Ritchie. Cutting across here, just watch for traffic. And we're just going up this way. We're going to take a wee walk down to the rockery. This is the old rockery for Richmond Park. You're heading up towards Pomedy Bridge. You'd head down this way down to the rockery. Across there where you hear the pile driver. They're putting the foundations down for the new houses. This is the old rockery area. Those of you remember the wee path that goes down. It goes right into the side of the Ritchie. Venturing in here. Straight down the wee path. To your left is a path that takes you into Pomedy Bridge and you could go to the shows that way at the carnival. But this is always a cracking wee bit. The wee kind of mini maze down here if you like. When I was a wee boy I used to come down here and play in it. You could hide and disappear. It's kind of like a wee kind of wild meadow area at the moment. It's just quite nice to have it kind of a wee bit for nature to have its wee, the same wee world. Bees and butterflies and the likes. And there has been the occasional deer recently sighted in the area. Over to the right there is a Jenny Burn in there, or the Pomedy Burn, give it its official name. Straight along the wee route. Lots of nice stuff growing here for your biodiversity and ecosystem, which is the posh side of looking after the planet. So we're just going down this way. I'll just wander that way. Looking straight ahead. Heading down towards the Pomedy Burn, the Jenny Burn. So this is the wee bridge. Used to be wooden. When I was wee, it was a wooden bridge. Actually looking up to the wee kind of angled hill going up, wee steep hill going up. That's the Pomedy Bridge up there, and we're overlooking into the Clyde. And this is the wee Pomedy Bridge. You can't go across and into the park for this bit, but you can see the bridge. I'm going to show you up to the hint of the burn because I'm going to link to a photograph of a structure. So you can see it up there. I'll try to zoom in without disturbing you on it. That wee structure there, I've got a photograph of that in 1906. That's actually a decorative feature. It's a wee dam, stroke waterfall that was set up, and there's postcards for Oatlands then. Yeah, back in the day we had postcards, and that takes. Right folks, how you doing? We've just carried on our wee walk round. We've just come up. We've come right up Old Pomedy Road, coming heading up south from the Richmond Park, and this is us looking at St Margaret's Church. Did a wee look up for some history of St Margaret's. Oops, going the wrong way there, whoops. And it was basically built between 1897 and 1902. The building was. The hall was built 1897, and the manse and the church in up to 1902. The old classic entrance there. Heading up. We're going to head up south onto which is now would have been right up Pomedy Hill to take you to Govan Hill. But left, if we were standing outside to get your bearings, standing outside of the church, you'd have looked across the road, Pomedy Road, you'd have looked at the garage on the corner which is now houses. And straight down Old Rulligan Road. It's sunny today. We're going to head along Rulligan Road now, which would have been heading up Pomedy Road. It's good to get your bearings sometimes when you're even walking about. To your right would have been, I believe it would have been going down to Kilbride Street. That's Kilbride Terrace now, going down there. And round to my right, my left, walking up, is Rosebery Terrace. Back in the day, Rosebery Terrace. I don't know how you're looking with the sunshine. I've got some good weather. It's Pomedy Road up there. bridge that the road is now, the old office buildings of the BOC, still there. And we've got a sculpture down here. We'll show you. It's need a wee bit of a clean up. But it's the Oatlands girl. Recently done, if you can hear me. Because of the traffic. It's a statue, a sculpture done a few years back. With some old quotes to the old Oatlands on it. We'll show you some of it. The Devil's Tree there. Sonny Pond. Wee Bonnies. It's a homage to the Steamy. And there's the information about it. The actual plaque itself. We read it that. You can even pause it and see it. Now we're going to head right down. Taking a wander along. Heading east along the new road. Heading down to my left is which now is Roseberry Terrace. You know, just to get your bearings, but when you're in the area, how it's all changed, the kind of layout of it. We're looking over to my right where the traffic's all sitted. I'm sitting at the moment to go on the motorway for M74. Would have been the Roseberry Football Park. And that would have run along obviously Tory Glen Street. Down at Tory Glen Street just now, if you come down, head towards Farm Foods. And that's you sitting. The back of Farm Foods is Tory Glen Street. Still part of the street there. If you just stand on it, it gives you kind of let you gauge which way you're pointing. We're heading east. Going to take you down to Domainy Gate. See some references towards Domainy Street. Domainy Street ran right down again for Tory Glen Street. And either side of Domainy Street was Versailles Street and Granton Street. Had them as well. Leading off of Domainy Street would have been Crammon Street as well. And then Roseberry Street. Leading into Pomady Road. We're just heading down. If you're coming down, some of the buildings that are still here, the older buildings, you've still got Shawfield Stadium. That's still there obviously. And St Margaret's Church that we've just mentioned. What's a good memories of going to St Margaret's, the Christmas kind of parties and stuff. I remember going to a Halloween party in St Margaret's. I think I was dressed up as a robot if I remember rightly. It was a couple of cardboard boxes and some tin foil. So over here, right over there, the trees are, would have been Roseberry Football Park. My mum used to clean the showers in Roseberry Football Park. I think it had 4 turnstiles to get in, if I remember rightly. You go to the Oatlands Memories page, you'll see lots of reference to Roseberry Park, quite a few photographs of it. So that's you looking down, to get your angle right, that's straight down Tory Glen Street. So if you turn right round and get an angle up there, you would have headed straight through that wall there. Straight through the wall of the building, getting your angle where it's pointing through. It gives you a wee somewhere to get your bearings right. So heading right down. Straight ahead at the bottom of this road is Shawfield Stadium. Talks of it being currently earmarked for a hotel and flats. Whether that will happen or no, but that's in the future. I'm sure a lot of folks will get different opinions on that. Traffic lights take you over. Up there's Morris Park. There's got Morris Furniture Warehouse up there, Morris Park. A lot of kind of units in it and stuff, a lot of wee independent businesses based in there as well. And we're going to go left into Domainy Gate, turning left in here. So you're kind of like running down back into what would have been Domainy Street. Just heading down here. A wee roundabout. Straight down to what should have been the old entrance to the Ritchie. We'll finish up there and I'll link it on. The editing will be amazing. You'll not even know. Well, it's just I kind of edit as best I can. So Over there we've got Domainy Gate, we're in Domainy Gate, crossing over. Crossing right over to this wee side court in there called Granton Court. We homage to Granton Street. Just walking up. The Domainy Gate would have been for Domainy Street. So for those of you who remember it, I'm going down Domainy Street. To my right hand side corner coming up would have been Paul's licensed grocers. Before that would have been May and Arthur's licensed grocer. I'm going to try and walk out and let you see the corners without tripping or getting knocked over by a car. There's a van coming. So I'm going to go this way. The corner at my left up here, ahead of the post office van, would have been Jimmy's Cafe on the corner. And then we're going to go straight up here. And to my right, on the corner there, would have been, that's Paul's off licence at the corner, and beyond that, next to him would have been Saul's newsagents, because you're basically looking up the line of the original Rillaghan Road, straight up towards Shawfield Stadium, and then we're going to fast for you, straight down Rillaghan Road, straight down towards the Gorbals. So coming over this way would have been the entrance to Richmond Park, but it is the Richmond Park entrance just now. Getting over this way, through the two pillars, and into the original wee bridge. And running down there is the burn, Jenny's burn. So back down the steps carefully, and we're at the actual bridge, built in 1926. The bridge of the Ritchie. So left hand side over the wall, or the bridge I should say, is the Jenny burn that leads out. This side leads out to into the Clyde. The right hand side bit of the Jenny burn, the burn itself, or also known as the Pomedy burn, would take you right up and feed back into the Malls Maya burn at Tory Glen that comes down into here. So crossing the bridge, many a child has walked over this bridge to go to the Ritchie. Straight up the path and straight through the park to your right, the Model Boat Club, the wee boat house. Wee listed building is still there thankfully to this day, and the Model Boat Club are still on and still on doing their great stuff. If you ever get a chance to go to their wee gala days, look on Facebook and find them. Richmond Park Model Boat Club, straight ahead there in the distance. We're going to turn right, we're going to head up, and we're going to head on my right hand side parallel to the Jenny burn, the burn itself, and we've got a wee dog walker walking outside, so I'm going to head straight past. On my right hand side is the burn, and over the other side of the burn is the swing park would have been. Many a child get a skinty in there, sliding down, and apparently, well, I know for a fact you could use the wrapper off your Mother's Pride and rub it on the chute and it made it faster. Mother Pride loaf, plain loaf of course, and then your speed would increase and you come sliding off it. There's a water fountain in there as well, you could queue up with your pals to get a drink, as long as they didn't have a runny nose. But then again, it would help your immune system because you would get used to the germs that were floating about, but you didn't care about things like that then. And you get into the wee toilets in the swing park, you wee paper cone cups, you wee drink of water, keep yourself hydrated if you didn't want to queue up for the water fountain. So I'm just heading east up towards, which is now the Jenny Burn pub, and proud supporters of the stuff that we do. We do a lot of charity stuff and fundraising in there for friends of Southern Necropolis. You can drive in here, nice wee car park at it over this side of the park where originally been the second putting green. You get my putting, you could come round here, there's a couple of hills that made it a bit more challenging. To your left hand side, originally it's a pond, and originally the wee bridge you could walk over, but the wee bridges are the wee joining bridges between parts of the pond have been shut for a while, so you can't actually walk right round it, but you can get right round the width of the pond, which is nice. The Jenny Burn pub opened in 2017 I remember rightly, named after the burn itself. We did a wee opinion poll. on the Oatlands Memories page, and a lot of folk came up with ideas for names, and quite popular choice was obviously the Jenny Burn itself. So I'm going to step over the wee fence there and take you up. So you come over here, right across the road to Shawfield Stadium. Obviously where the Dugs used to be, the Greyhounds, and Benny Lynch the boxer fought in there, and David Cassidy, the Partridge Family, performed in it. So if you're in the Ritchie, come in, have a wander round. If you're coming in for a wee refreshment or a bite to eat, come into the Jenny Burn pub. And there's a nice wee play park in it for the kids. And nice sunny day today for a wee walk round. Straight across, I say, Shawfield Stadium, also the home of Clyde FC at one time in the past. Future is it might be getting a hotel built on it and houses, so we're going to walk up and finish, take you into the Jenny Burn. So if you're passing by, come in and say hello. We're just walking in here. Nice restaurant, nice staff, very nice manager as well. All the staff are fantastic. Lots of stuff going on in the area. There we go as well. And that's me going in. So thanks for joining me in my wee tour, and pop in. It's a wee bit quieter now, but this is the Jenny Burn, nice wee pub. So I'm going to leave you, and enjoy the rest of your day. Right, so see you later. Goodbye.